things they want all in a table. Which one will touch you? That one will then say, we throw away vaccine. We'll say, we not throw away, we don't know for the other one there. But we don't use all the vaccine they want to give you. On the one way KKY say, he want to win at the diaspora for able for votes who say we dey. Nadande. On a the APC do not with the lock. On a Cheikh Touré, he almost 4 billion. Ataya, getting there. Joby Bangali say, wait to contract staff. Now, which ID he been get? We go pose as enemy staff. Now, the enemy ID no more, my brother. So, now, I don't know why then the tower say na contract staff. Like, say, not to them, they work for. Now, they work for and now the ID they carry. But now, we trouble long can they say them firearm, na contract staff. Not to them kind people and they work for them. Na salon. But they say the fire say for them fire the man. You know get nothing for play with the investigation where Salon police they do. I don't know if they don't escape. I don't know. But now we don't land say two enemy. Then say the people are not licensed. Why is the people then get document for show say they're licensed? Ha! Anna Salon. Got it, boy. Then self need for investigate. Enemy self need for investigate. If the people them get the certificate for show say they're licensed, then una say no they now on a database. Then una ask the people who are licensed, they would have get it. So for Leone, so not just to cooperate with police for that side, then una want forget say the people then carry the certificate of operation na Sierra Leone. I think then they back for what you now. But again, una the fet for pull una yoid. Anyway, now begin come with we panelists them. And I saw go begin come Usfriend for your summary for the week. Welcome on board, Usfriend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers here. Let God continue for help the country so we'll get better things for go. Looking at the issues that would happen for the week, quite a lot. Very interesting things. Some of them personal we read us, some we put them up now the website. But looking at most of the events there, we always talk about putting the big one and the do for let things that will go before. You can always look at things, say there is a big problem where we find out where it happened. We're looking at what government get for do and the duty of government and the duty of the civilians. So you find out that most times they get an internal communication and external communication issue. The main issue and the one way people always leave out in terms of institutional development. In looking at what they talk about internal communication now, these are areas there now where you see say people they try for look and how they will manage changes them inside an institution and how they will see say then changes there, how we will pass them to the people then. And then we will become like listeners and audience to this decision then. But then they get the other area where this decision they don't be made internally, where then they try to say then they be between just the one that we they inside our institution they get leaders, they get sometimes a secretary or permanent secretary, they get CSOs, they get other organizations then. But like the main one, where the internal one, we then go able to sit down with the decision, the one they want to oversee, which is able for make up so that if development one come or they want to do something, or then get a fund, or how they go able for sell them case out. So it can out to the other area of external communication. The how then people are go able for pass the message so that people then go able for carry inside for can help. So sometimes most of the areas when I in government can get certain issues them. Some they can come out with positive ideas, and sometimes some of them can able they not can able forget. In some of them they become like more of a kind of a propaganda exercise. And that area of propaganda exercise, the area that with the external communication, you question sometimes how which are this propaganda, how what they try for pass on to the other people. And we finally that one day back the listeners and who are the audience will look say, oh, then when I watch it and they bring will question them. Now something where na reality or now something where they just try for bring for let them we should say sometimes we just try to put these things in an abstract way. That's not something way real. We try for make we go describe them in quality. So in most of the times now, when the internal decision they go on that communication, they go, you see an example. Let's say this issue of building houses in Sierra Leone. Okay, from a company within Gambia. You go try for asking, well, how far this internal communication don't do within? Would I have the lands? Would I have the this? Would I get for involved? Or we don't look outside the land there? Or the amount of people them like the streets who were able to afford this type of things? We don't make those type of communication between all those bodies. So that communication then within that body, the internal, then would they sell and replicate now to the people that want outside. But here now, we take them to a private body. You get what I mean? Similar one, they wouldn't go see where one goes selling to WHO, or one goes selling to the World Bank, or one sell these ideas to the EU, or one for sell them to the government so that the government will able to buy them, then go fund it towards this. So that in and most of the time, how they go do it. Because sometimes you go find out here, there's a lot of issues that can come because of that. Internal problems that can get where you go begin to see people in passionate belief in the way whether they perceive and understand something about a particular thing. So if they take them from that idea, sometimes if they leave out other ideas of people them where they're vital towards the contribution, then in they go sell that idea at the outside and they go communicate in their own style, in their own belief. And then it will leave out certain areas there where it will be say development will go able to come in the way what they expect them. But sometimes if they can't help, let it justify the place. So people then will say, okay, the one they want to make for them will get affordable houses there now because of the one they want to for afford them. And the one the way government will say, okay, we'll subsidize for them people out in a street and we'll go live there for us while they see how things they go. So you go try for see all those things at the house they no go match because you don't get people that will avoid for let them go able to forget that internal communication fine. They avoid for let them go get something with an action where they will put where it be say it will become a kind of an industrial revolution. An industrial revolution, we therefore want to make something industrial, we want to develop the road, we want to make these people in their house, we want to make this bridge. So you go putting questions, see, those are the areas they want to get for look to because you can look at most of the times like a concept, one idea, what they try for say, well this one now practice or beyond practice, so we just describe them, see that so it get for can be. So that more of the description, like in the audience they hear see the description of something, then go say, okay, we can't build this hospital there we now. We describe them for say something of the art, state of the art. So you see that they describe them most of the time in the 3D method rather than see. So you know what they put it more in written form, so you will see in 3D version, so you know go able for no. You know, go able to know if a decision was made to go and give poor people. You know, when the decision say this income where will come up, or you know, when a decision say when they make this type of investment, how we go able for you. They see say there is always something when a 3D you will only see no more in the paper form, but for let go see reality say this PR they see the back, the front, and all parts of her. Now the areas are one day where the listening audience when we now the citizens there we can always get problem for understand. And at day night you say because of that language, when they not get that cooperative, internal cooperative language, we then will put together, say, don't put the idea together here, don't cooperate, don't get some conscious way, we say, the audience there, where we want to involve the audience, we get for corporate, we get for add people who can give you ideas so we're able to go before. And most of the time, this are the problem with the avoid the development. You will see back the same thing in Company's constitution, wherein you see they don't bring council now, pull the death penalty. So sometimes you will see how they argue about the constitution, how people then will argue now, they say this and that, because the one way that they communicate inside it, for like the one they now with the outside. And the one that with the outside, more than they don't get this, they get like an NGO based when then death penalty project to be in a UK. Then they work with a local company, a local partner, they own things that advocate. So then when they communicate to them people there, say they finally go put an impact. Let this year will come into. But you can't see now the internal communication for that problem they will be solved. Wherein you will say they don't solve them, we don't do them, we don't decide them so that we don't make a decision. Then you will say a decision has been made, but you will find out say it is still far from avoiding debate and over the topic. So then they bring over and over that discussion and they talk about adjectives, then they talk about verbs, then when go change, then they talk about certain areas then. When like that one day, because of we get external people that we don't involve, and because of the pressure we put, because of the advocate, then they can't get an external communication, then consult different bodies then. So you see how then you succeed, but the problem now, you don't come to the government in decision. And then they look now about constitution. They look about waiting. They look about the framework. Now they make up the country. That one day, they try for protect. What is mainly a constitution they protect? Now just the freedom, where like the principles of freedom. The freedom don't mean the person will do what he want to do, but that freedom wherein the person will feel sincere and safety net, wherein the rules and regulations that we be, then they govern that power. They like it most of the time they can live out. So when those areas are there, people when they look at those things there, think have something there for be. And when we make a decision, it get for accept this. We not for just the council. There are countries that will get problem with unwritten constitution. But the advantage where they able to cover unwritten constitution are because of then they get the jurisdiction where they put, then they get like the House of the House of Lords, then they get the Queen. That's the example they come to UK now. But on Friday, you find out sometimes they can get problem and decision the way they make because they not be actually get a written constitution. None of the countries they not get written because they work according to bills and other things. The Queen, what in the rule, they come inside the Parliament. And then they get the House of Lords where they come inside the Parliament. But again, the jurisdiction is independent. Now it help them in many cases when they go. They are not transferred because they can add the things they will not help them. So in the final thing, for that, they see all these things that they see they are colonialism and other things that they go before. And then they see other things that they can't send at the country back when they find out see when they try to find development for long ago before you go see like the president they bring up some things then they try to go out for one lobby and then they see some of the things then they find out they lobby that they bring come. But again, sometimes you find out when the lobby comes, you question the method, the procedure, whether they will receive anything there, whether they will pass them. So the people that we are wasting, what are the audience who will look for wasting at the outcome for their decision there. But like move where they make towards this Gavi, where at least assisting in charge of the CEO, now the CEO for Gavi, and Gavi now like kind of alliance who help for children for getting vaccine. So and they use this man now. Not under WHO as the COVAX, and the COVAX they use and through this Gavi. So what they try to do now, they not try to get a lot of vaccines. But again, in that position, they said that the same problem in terms of decision making with other people that will be outside. You get Europe there and that, you get this and that, they say this COVAX, this vaccine all fine. Then they confuse the listening audience. But again, if you are possible for understanding, you go to the source, you try to bring the source together, but say, which I will follow. Because the decision where they try to bring can a good one, where they try to give vaccines. But the biggest donor towards this Gavi, like Japan. Because Japan, we don't pledge. When they go on the last vaccine equity meeting, they say they'll give more money and they don't give plenty money towards this. But the good thing about it, the vaccine they don't begin they available because then when we say the thing of fine with the COVID shield that to the now then they try for one time because G20 EU they try for well, no, we approve them because there is no capacity yet for let them go produce more vaccine. So the 20 people, the 20 alliance of AstraZeneca, Moderna, they learn for me. So but all this come to this communication and the way people and they perceive this. But the two they have of players, they don't get the first dose who don't come over the weekend. But the one they will get forget find this vaccine, where will president be involved for talk to them, he demand there, how they get the president, get the CEO. So you will find out here they can go to how they call the place Bangladesh. Bangladesh, then they get in Colombia and Iran. Bangladesh, I think when they get about 245,200 when today, Sunday or yesterday Sunday, the closer is it. And then the Saturday now Bangladesh. But the idea is now that they can't get first, then they still wait for production. So all we get for try do, we try for long we pray, let production go high, let COVAX go get the money we don't get for buy the vaccine because EU back don't give. EU back don't give through the lady when I call them and then Ursula not the president for EU. He said you don't give over, I think about 200 million doses them, still then they go. So but then all that why they get for give priority because why they give Iran? You go see why they give Iran. You go see why they give India, Bangladesh. You go ask, well, because of the are vulnerable groups because they categorize them actually. So we they pray, let we get for try get something there from them things there by decision making, by waiting we will try to bring cancer in the country, unlike other developments the way they outside, where would they see say they want to bring the inside, where would they say now for personal benefit or now something where people then get for benefit to them all. But when you know all the things there in society, they're going to say how the redirection of their funds there are sometimes where they come. Then they go to NGOs and then how we follow up for see. Also, would they go put money? How we will ask people then we owe something. We will forget from them back. You look at decision making back where then we don't lose 1 point in South Africa. When Mandela been the lead, he lead 2008. Now he say at the Gitambo Mbeki. Gitambo Mbeki, he can't give him. When Gitambo Mbeki can, he find out say the vice owner Jacob Zuma, that was in 2008. He said he got found corruption with somebody. All right, he gonna court. When he gonna court, Christopher Nicholson will have been the judge by then. Now he said, well, we will bring this man to court. We're not getting right for that. So we not for free him. So Tambo Mbeki said, a few years later, now he resigned. But the point is that Mandela be don't confess the way he resigns. I've do an error. Why I'm not able for help now for let una able for get economy why we promise una the way poverty for pull up. He said, but I give somebody for lead this. When the man can now for try to pursue that one they through for anti-corruption, the legacy he come up play, he talk him. You don't go hide because I know the way they go. So that legacy they don't decide for them bringing out where people that don't communicate to tell the people that's how they do. But the other man don't communicate in your area for do this. What can they do? Then left them. Now what happened? The same issue now don't come back in a court because of unsolved and resolved something because of poor communication not being made between the judge, the high court, when are the executive power and the leadership. So now the man don't come now. When that poverty then for don't cut off, the people then storm in the street, damages. But all that type of bring the idea is that how communication they did, how people then they take up legacies, when are good legacies, how people then they try to change things, the way this and go say will change, we will bring up better things, how people then go able to go outside, tell their own case, bring something, we will able for benefit, and then go able to put them. When I go start a project, when I make an estimation, when I know that this is get for cost to it, when I go say that road there already make for years and years, we for know the landscape, we for know say who begin this road, you know, who come off four sides, If I don't know, say, yeah, that junction, then so. Then why they make it, when they spend, now so the money they go. So you go see, say, those are the errors with the panel road, then they will say now because they plan in the road, they say now one way, the road they go straight so. But they forget outside the road and the interchange, there are branches that would then left out to go make the road fine because of planning, communication, how they sell that you know, you don't go sell that to the outside, they don't get 60, you don't for the country. All those is communication, internal communication reflecting to that external communication and based on we want to listen, we listen and look see the audience, we want to see better. So these are the things the government get for the trial look. Then get for restructure, how then go able for listen and support. And that communication when they get inside internally, then they go listen and support each other. Then go try it outside and can't tell them kids, oh, get for profit the people them. And that now we don't take for this week here, so that the people then go talk say waiting then they ask for, then go try to get her now. They want democratic change. They want the constitution for adjust where you know get verbs, adjectives, begin to describe them. So you don't forget something where they narrate, something where people then go see, a legacy where people then go left, where people then go see. It go changeable, but it go changeable for them we go make her like a remix or like a style where people then go change according to globalization how they go. Because when they not match with globalization, people then develop how they understand things. Tomorrow they will get another stage who can they say no, not so. Look at the culture, look at the home. Like how the minister they say, okay, want to do it in Africa in African style. But these are sometimes you talk in a policy them. Now more of theory and ideas them. Then they try to put them to practice. So it not will be an abstract information. Would they just describe them and then in the end, they know the profit the people in. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. And I always God will help we and let them go try to put things in place and the way we want things to go so we will progress and then we will experience a development of that country day. Unlike them will come, we will see them, but because of they are not done in a way where the communication they find to everybody who is involved, then they can plan them, people will cooperate, support, and go before. Thank you very much, and let God continue for blessed word. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're welcome here.
Yes, sir. That now Usfriend in summary for the week. Make you come to Dr. Isatuka Kejalo. Make we hear from him. Welcome on board, Doctor. You get the platform.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone, and I hope everybody they do well. Thanks to you for the extensive summary. Thanks to Usfriend for your contribution for today, and we welcome everybody who listen now, and also the one that will get for listen at Facebook. YouTube, and the one that to watch right now on our Facebook. We thank everybody for staying with Sarah Network. So there's a lot of things that we don't touch on, and again, we want to see happy Eid for the one that will not be here. The message, as well as from me, from all the other Muslim brothers and sisters them across the globe. We pray that the Almighty Allah accept we prayers them and give we many more years in good health. With that, COVID-19, it's on the high rise, whether in Salon or other countries, we don't see there's a new wave. So we really encourage people for make them go adhere to COVID-19 measures And the first thing I want to touch on with that is the expiration date, or whether all the vaccines they're being give them as appropriate, or whether the vaccines they don't expire and then decide for discard the vaccines So for we were in the health field, I'm sure we quite understand we talk about vaccine expiration date, as well as, if you get for any vaccine we take out of a vial meaning like the bottle where the vaccine they come off from, the guidelines or the clinical guidelines for that now 28 days for a multi-vial dose, meaning something where you be say the vaccine they inside a container where you say you can take what you need, and also you get a date from the first day where you take that top off. You label them for say today, let's say today is the 24th, and you don't put the dates in at the first time where you pull that cap, because that cap they show say this vaccine, it don't go through all the rigorous, sterilization, things, and where the manufacturer will make sure say they on the vaccine, so that for preserve them, so that then will give the person until the expiration date, right? So, but let's say you don't open that vial. Now, something in a multi-vial dose, meaning you can able take 2 doses out of that bottle there or that vial there. You know, that vial is only valid from that day where you open it for up to 28 days, or the date where the manufacturer don't put, they say it will expire. So let's say this 28 days here, it not reach, but the day where the manufacturer and company say it will expire, let's say like you get 2 3 days before you discard that medication day, or that insulin day, or that vaccine day. So that's not the protocol where we follow, and I'm sure not the same protocol you follow when it comes to vaccination, especially if the vaccine are something where you go the pull the two treatments. Definitely if the date for the manufacturer and I can force, you get rid of it. If not the date for the 28 days, nine can force before the expiration date, 28 days come, let's say now 2 doses there inside it, you be don't use 1 dose, but then you're not able for use the second dose, you get for discard them before the 28 days. I mean on the 28th day, you're not good anymore. So Lord get that understanding, and the accusation as to whether Sierra Leoneans them administer all these vaccines them accordingly. And I'm sure we don't hear it from the spokesperson, Solomon Jamiru. He say in the Nshosi, then give the vaccine, and we country they don't administer so many doses. So I believe say if them been get issue with that, they can go and do their own research. So that particular one, I believe now that we get for focus on for say, did they give these vaccines within the guidelines we can to vial dose or multi-vial dose, within the guidelines, what he say. So as long as that took place, I think there's no need to debate this. But the press release where he put out, I hope that was sufficient for letting understand. Say we use them. But the problem is with all that, now because Sierra Leoneans them, it's just unfortunate now we country that we always depend on, donors. If not something where we able for manufacture for we self, we empower we pharmacists them, we empower we scientists them, for let them self they join the other scientists then we create vaccines. As we always talk about we healthcare system in our country, and some of the reasons and this, and we'll talk about with School of Medicine, and some of the reasons and this where they come up, like it's just frustrating. You always see say, instead of commending what we country they do, they try for make like people then take the vaccine, even though yes, we know say people then they will go always, frown at the vaccine, feel say the vaccine they for hurt them and all that. But if we continue for sensitize people them, then go understand. I'm sure many people that don't take them will not be one take them, and then also, the government, they make effort for people to understand, see, the vaccine for be out there for the people. The only downfall is how then they go about the measures that they put in place. We will know, say, for fact, putting a curfew, making people then they run from one motor car to the other just for get home. It's overcrowded. The one that we've been watch the Sarah Network Discovery Weekly Summary, see where the people that they complain about how then they overcharge them because fuel price don't go up, and also, for beginning to say, yo, you gotta take the vaccine, force person when it comes to vaccination, you encourage them. You provide them with the education and the knowledge where you need for understand, say this not something we will protect you, this not something we will make this worldwide, pandemic here so done, so that we all will go back to normal. But at that, I believe say another day, I know send me to one of the nurses them or clinicians and we administer this vaccine. But if they follow the guidelines, that's not the guideline. Expiration date, a multi-vial dose for 28 days, whichever one we come first, now that you go with. So that brings me to the death penalty. We then try for, say now then they abolish them, for make it will become, a 30 years sentence, minimum sentence, to life, compared to, being hanged by death and all these different things. I believe, say, things like that, it could be welcoming, because you know what? The only thing with prison system, I think we got to consider that, for no say some people in there at the prison, we not belong there. We be saying a community service, they need for do, or pay a fine. If we do that, it can help in reducing that overcrowding in the correctional centers, because we not get the facility for keep all them people there. So as you dey keep people there in a crowded area, what you get for worry about? Infectious disease problem them, tuberculosis, different types of respiratory illnesses them can happen there, HIV, AIDS, you name it, right? So all lentin and they get for they into place as we dey bring up new laws them where be say it will fit the entire country along with how we country structure. We all see wetin happen the time when that fire being take place, and also some of the things where happen where the COVID-19 come, how a prisoner being filled where if they say he escaped and all these different things will happen. So definitely now a good call, but just that then for make sure say the right things and in place so that it will really complement the effort with the government or the president they put in place, and then that again brings me to the donations them we Sarah Network don't they do. I understand, say sometimes people don't understand what Sarah Network Charity Foundation is all about. The one that we don't they follow Sarah Network Charity Foundation go know say this charity foundation was founded by me and AAA. So, and me are the lead director for this particular charity. So as to things that more they donate, where we say we discuss with AAA when I the CEO for Sarah Network, but we come up with this idea, say it makes sense for let we form a charity organization. And we before then, AAA self be the sponsor school now at Talu. I believe say if you go to the Sarah Network Charity Foundation page, when at sncfny.org, you go see many of the things that we don't do. Starting with the grafting for the seniors, now that now be the first donation what I do na Sierra Leone with AAA. After that, I decide say, Lord, do something more. So Lord, just wait and see. There's a video or a coverage what we don't do where it be say I'd explain how me Dr. to come about and join. Somebody don't know that already. I don't need for the go back and talk. But I just say there's a video that's gonna come sometime next week. Where we'll do the opening ceremony for Sarah Network Salon office. Just for see how I connect into this media platform to start with. That said, you go know how this whole charity thing come about. So I'm just gonna skip that part. But what I want to say is go on our website and let you take a look, read about we mission statement. It will tell you exactly what in this charity is all about. This charity has nothing to be attached, and I will say this again, attached to any political thing, because you know what? That's not the goal here. The goal really is to care for the people of Sierra Leone and try to bring change and see exactly what things Salon for look like. We get a mission statement, where we say this is not a non-profit charity organization. We register this in the state of New York for benefit the people of Sierra Leone. And we want for let people understand our country and where they live overseas, for say we committed in making an impact in the lives of all Sierra Leoneans. And then we people them we join this foundation, beside me and AAA. Most of we, I not say somebody they we know they live in a salon, but they're very small, less than 5. But all of we where they part of this charity foundation, we call ourselves as a Sarah Network family. Most of we live in this country, either in the United States, now the diaspora, United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Belgium, Sweden, France, you name it. Because this is not something where people then they donate on a monthly basis. for try for ensure say we meet this particular, goal we don't put, in front of everything. Waiting our vision, really, waiting our vision. If you look right now, you go on this page, you read them with me. You understand? We want to ensure say we get educated and healthy citizens in this we own country, Mama Salon. And that now one thing where we feel say we for do as Sierra Leoneans them. We want to ensure say there's quality healthcare for all Sierra Leoneans them. We want to educate people them and eradicate poverty now with vision. Now what we want for see happen in Salon. We want for bring strong advocacy, for we come to women's rights and empowerment along with children. We want for make sure that there is an improved and better learning environment. We come to schools and we all don't see Sierra Leoneans them and other people that don't see. We don't renovate and rehabilitate a school where be not fit for let it be, also picking in the land. So if you still not know some of the things that we don't do, we definitely go get a coverage for review all these things. But meanwhile, if you go to the Sarah Network, radio, YouTube page, there's a playlist where you say you go watch all the different donations that we don't do across Freetown, to other provinces that we come to the COVID-19 and then other healthcare things. So if we as a charity feel say we country forget all them things they have, so what do we really need for do? What do we really need for do for make that happen? If we ensure say the constitution will get now with country, it will work well for we. And we for join people them where we know say then we voice them we opinion there by ensuring say either we support them financially or we support them through advocacy, make sure say then can we platform, we discuss them issues there and we come about how we go able for help. In we own little way of helping, we been feel say the right thing for do, and we know say not the right thing for do. Now for donate to organizations them where they campaign for the human rights. And that we don't get like AAA mentioned initially, we don't get a bigger relationship or stronger relationship with Mr. Fatoma. We need to donate to anybody because we want to let you go do a political campaign. No, we did donate to you because we feel say we 1991 constitution in order to speak for all Sierra Leoneans. Because in order to speak for we goal here is to make sure say then look at the constitution, then review the constitution so that when they try for amend or make changes to the constitution, it go fit that picking within that village when they see light, or that mommy within that village when they get good health care, or that woman, that belly woman where they under, we find them very difficult for make sure say a picking go school with no problem. So as we talk about all that thing there, I believe say Lord think about the positiveness or the things and way we don't do as an organization. Within a 1 year term, if you see what we have done, we are proud of what we have done. And we will continue to do that. Nothing whatsoever. Therefore, stop Sarah Network Charity Foundation. By God's willing, it will continue, inshallah. That I believe in, right? As long as there is life, there is hope, there is optimism, there is a way forward. And me now, so I think the first day where I can at the platform and try to announce this, say we want to come up with this. One thing I say, waiting will make this charity continue. Where be say the minimum amount we'll forget every year. Me as Tukaki will come up with that. That now because I believe say, at least I'm not going to forget Tandy. So I not just like you say, I don't want anybody drag with donation into their own platform. See and say how good thing we do. Commend we for what they do. If you feel say you want to join we, feel free for join we. Either you donate or you go now we website, you buy some of the fundraising items, then what they do. Because if you do that, it will help for low raise money. Because you know what? not so every time somebody will get money for the donate, but you go buy something, you give a gift, idea where some of we members then don't come up with, then they buy, then give other person, so that way the person will even donate because they don't, then like the pen or then like the mug, then like the t-shirt, then like the bag. We get so many things then. If you look the Facebook page, then it also then at the website. Or you can contact me or you contact AAA. We'll be very much appreciative of your help and your support, because we know say salon, for that salon better. Now we the Sierra Leoneans them get for make salon like it better, especially we where they live na the diaspora. There's too many, things that we people think about with them. So we get everything, right? And we do a bit of things, believe it or not. People living in the diaspora do a lot we can to, the country in development. Even though sometimes we can find it very challenging and confusing as to where within a turn, then they overcharge me for things and they look at me differently. It doesn't matter. That's now we country. Now we get for build salon. And that way, salon go better. And hashtag salon for rise and for better. And I ask for everybody in support for let you continue for subscribe to we charity, and also follow we na Twitter, follow we na Instagram, follow we na the Facebook page. That way you go really see the work what they do, and don't forget for donate. Even if not $10 I get, would they take it? Me na that one, like, but would they take anything? Because that $10 and 100,000 euros. So some of these donations that we don't do this. Trust me, we'll add them together, they help. Even the money we send sometimes it will help for send the money. So I bring all that up for now. I just no more. I change that we add together. I know we get some people that will get big heart, where they donate more. And we tell everybody thank you. I want for really tell everybody we don't put a dime to Sarah Network Charity Foundation, because a foundation we go continue for grow and become one of the one that we go see, make sure say change can a salon. Because the people that were they ahead of this, trust me, the love and passion we then get for that country, I wish or even if we get 10 Sierra Leoneans them, we get how much love and passion for salon. Salon will change within the next few years, and we will see that. And with the hopes that people then will join me with that heart and that passion, and that way we will help the country go forward. Last thing but not the least, please not forget for say we get a Sarah Network Charity Foundation scholarship where they go on right now. The only thing you need for email your application, and if you meet all the criteria we come to that scholarship day. It may not pay you entire tuition, but it will help you in some of the things that you need. So the deadline for submit the application at August 1st. Okay, so we don't get much now, just like 1 week. So if you know a family member within a college, this is not for college students or university students only. They have to meet the GPA, so you can go there, look at the criteria, let them know, let it apply. If they're lucky, they will get it. If they're not lucky, they can apply again, because you have to have the GPA. You have to meet all the criteria. And we can forget a review team. This also just AAA and me, they do this. So other people can go for look at this and say, yes, the person meet them, they qualify, we don't forget them. Or when I come up with the money, if money not reach for everything, we know what we go do. But I'm sure when they meet the requirement, then we'll get them. But right now, I advocate for that. If you get person within our college, definitely let it apply, so that we will see how we will support them, because a part of we mission statement. And then at the scholarship tab, you download a PDF, some of all the other things, then just follow the instructions. If you get any question, feel free, send a message. I will respond, or AAA will respond to that. And then tomorrow we have Sarah Network Discovery Weekly Summary. We know saying that something new don't start. We want for Leone they join. Just forget a little bit of the things and what they do. We come to the Discovery channel, the production channel, as well as the the Explore with AAA. So you can see some of the highlights of the things that we don't do. So that way we're not going to forget about salon, because like me, I'd always say, why they America, I didn't know more about salon pass way I didn't salon, because I didn't salon too busy. So why they are, they listen, they pay attention, they follow through, and the internet not an issue, right? Okay, so until then, I want to say good night.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to Dr. Isatu Kekejalo and his friend for the summary for today. When myself be the talk, I just get a brief highlight. Maybe you na somebody in a part of the Sarah Network family, and maybe out there you go see a video who say Sarah Network Charity Foundation donation was featured. We were featured in a video where the person they rant against Abdullah Fatoma, and so we have to make this thing clear. See, whatever beef this individual gets with Fatoma, make it go to Fatoma and make it go with him beef day. But to drag say a network charity foundation into this because we donated for a cause we believe in, we donated for a cause we've discussed here. I don't think say it will be an issue for another man, you know. So now make just in case you stumble upon that video day, make yourself not come begin say, waiting up on Sarah Network, oh. So now make we don't broke the banga now, eh? As a video on social media where Sarah Network Charity Foundation say we they give donation, and if you not part of the foundation, you already know about that because we don't they talk about them. We don't even give before where we put banners them na keke and other half them our constitutional right. So I don't know if na the 8 million now will give look big or look small or whatever. Then this person just say, you know, let me just captivate on this. Please, brother, you want to do a video and go after Fatoma here. The road wide open, but please, not the Sarah Network come into this. Thank you. That's all. Because I say where you get, now us, let us know one thing so that if treat self one say, hey, I say papa do, I say mama do, and say, boy, we don't know. So what it is, All right. Anyway, the phone line open now. You want to be part of the program? You get something for talk? Hey, now you don't tame this. If you feel say we don't do fine, if you feel so we don't do fine, then it's okay. But if you want for call, 232-78990991, that's on WhatsApp. 232-78990991, on WhatsApp Dandy. Or you can call direct United States or United Kingdom. United States are 1-646-610-3107. Or you can call United Kingdom 44-739-803-0402. Phone lines open now. I know it's the I say phone line don't close effect for call. It's on the phone, not busy, so I guess I will see. Yeah, that message will somebody be sent. We see waiting happened to Trillium Housing Project by a group of Lebanese them doing EBK in tenure. That was true. And we get one project now, white sand something. So I'm gonna look for that video. I get it. I'm gonna look for that video. Maybe if we upload them back, then go member. Two. Maybe if we upload and then go member so until they don't forget. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Mike, you get 5 minutes. What you get for you, sir?
I just want to tell you, when I'm not to Naid, man. When I donate the money, when I donate the money for a good cause, why when I react to Naid? You know, Saloma name to get Boku talk. I don't care what you try for do. Then we still find a way for pick on her. You know, when I'm not to Naid, but that way. I want to say something. You know, I feel say President B.O.B. travel. You know what I mean? For bring investor there. When investor they can't give them money. Why you know they talk? Yeah, they thief investor money. Nobody know they talk. Police, all man, they act like saying no. and go fire the man. You know, say when they fire, so then they disturb the investigation. You know, like what's wrong with Salon people ever? What investor can no police, nobody not care again. And just hey, Salon. Salon a problem, man. I don't know how investor they going to come because the more that you destroy the investor, yeah, the more they pass the news to the other one they back. Nobody know they can do. So when already know more. Salon for trying to pass so. And the lands minister, what did they do for go fly? Now Padiem what? He said one join the he said one join the company of Padiem. Padiem, Padiem. You know what I mean? I get for trouble, oh. May they give me Padiem. I want go salon. I need per diem, Mr. President. You know, until now only shape salon money, I need some of that money there. You know. But I just hope say, Parliament, when I respect the constitution, because President Bio, when I don't promise you say when I go do something about this constitution, tell him we go do nothing. It look like say any government we can the constitution favor them, they not care about what the salon people can think again. About what they want to do no more than anything they do, They don't respect the constitution, they not care about the constitution. Just like Kande Yonke, like independent cry and that. What did they cry for? I don't know what did they cry for. What did they cry for? The boss na parliament. What they be installing? What they be installing power now? Who say you be there? Who say you been there? If you say anything, you don't say nothing. And then one can begin cry. Not cry now, man. We don't get time for you cry one. What's it on suffer, man? But with APC, I want to tell you now, when I come together, man, when I left on a bad heart, I don't know why I refer to myself for. What do I refer to myself for? At the end of the day, one person get for be president, not on all, not on all six or NRM, whatever, when I do perfect fit. Not left on a kalo business. The people when they suffer in the country, when I do play. And that's also play party again at that country. Nobody not serious at that country. They all play, and when they come out and thief, no. That's all thief man and in that place there. Nobody not get plan for better the country or better the people in life than that country. And I mean they never play so because if they're serious and see how some people they suffer, they go left all this play business with they so. And I'm your contribution anymore.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Still there. Yes, caller, I live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Good evening. This time, Mata Egonobi. Sorry, I didn't have a job. I missed most of the talk, but me input this night. Now towards what Mr. Boyd be talk yesterday, but the with Monday problem with the people, because like this morning while they kind of job, I've been listening to the priest. So the priest really talk say there was a fight now the eastern how they call it, the Muslim Arab country area when they said it was 1927 how the British people then they influenced that war the way they create the problem because they set the Arab people them against the I think the Jewish people them when the first be they happen them they refer to the Turkish so then go talk to the Arab people and say when I can't able for fair to una fair to the Guna a place like a land and stuff like that then they tell the same thing to the Jewish them back so I can't able for fair to una able for fair who win the fight with the Guna this land so the fight over that land the priest they say na be the history down there na be due to the British people that always set fire them people in there. So I said, okay, this just bring me back to waiting this me brother they talk about we country say back in the day the wait man there. It's like they set fire, we they set fire, we or the way we then left we and I make they so dedicate today. So that post will be asked well if the way people and be bad, wait till they do in country. To me, I go say the answer is then they compensate for waiting they don't do, then feel guilty, then no say they don't destroy we. So now they're not get no choice now but for allow we for can we will get the opportunity or we will get the luck for can enjoy the benefits of the destruction where they don't cause now we own country then. Or maybe for continue still for full we say we cannot live or survive on we own without to know Canada own country. So now me own contribution and the way me want give to today's topic based on back in the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martha.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Hey, thank you very much, Triple A. This is Omar from Los Angeles.
5 minutes, sir.
5 minutes?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
what's up with the 7 minutes? You don't cut and dog? Yourself, I know, auntie under these days.
Yeah.
You get for going to host me, brother, like,
Yeah.
yourself, na mommy born you. Anyway, I just start with this young LJ young man. The young man, I don't know, for some reason, he not able to keep his nose clean. He get to figure out what he want to do in life. He dey sing good, he dey do well. Let him figure out what he want to do and keep his nose clean. Every little cham in them they draw this, not to Sunday, not to by your own way, but them can just draw in and not to a coincidence. So let him keep his nose clean. The big one for me is the death penalty. I've been on to emphasize on this all the time. This is not a mistake. A big mistake. Because anytime where you neighbor do something for yourself, where if you get neighbors them, all the time they go big pepper to your neighbor, they go big salt, they go big something. If they come to time, then they tell you what thing for do. Because you neighbor buy pepper for yourself. Now they happen so. All them country are with the force we for remove with death penalty. Some of them still get them, especially the West. America get them. Texas is not too tight when they kill black man. We get them there right now in California. State prison and federal prison. We get them there. Why America not abolish them? But they always they tell other people that. Because we get 2-3 people and where they make money through their organization here. We can go sit down at salon, they don't eat, they don't bear food. Then they come up with the idea, they count all kind of rubbish. It's about time, just like that gentleman who been in a issue then this year regarding the ID card. What he talk say? He said with a copycat, Western, Sierra Leone now they come up with their own idea. Well, that's not true. That's all what they do. Why we always they listen to what somebody they tell we? We get people and we call themselves say then a lawyer them. Even when police touch somebody, they say human right. Not a human right, because not be human right. America for don't erase themselves at the face of earth. Because how many times when police they kill with black people and every day? I don't want to hear it and say human right too. They say police brutality. Because if all waiting, then people need to consider human right na salon, then America not for they around. Because then they commit all the time. But not civil side and say human right problem. So we get for able to do things on we own, but because we never support ourselves, we never do anything for ourselves. Now people then they tell we how to run with life. Because the rules, the laws them with them pass, they're not gonna forgo. Because today, a member of parliament, because we they see him go commit a crime or kill somebody because he feels like he able to do so, or minister, then put him for 30 years, then the next party where they come, if that party they favor that particular person, because they not put them provision in this law then pass. What about if that president they come a pardon that person day? Because they're not put, except for we now don't read it wherever with them pass, wherever rubbish should them pass, none of them provision and they not did it. We don't know if they did it. So then people here, just like the FGA or FGM, that female, to me, now we culture. Okay, if you say you want left and take to the age of 90, give him all the way to the age of 20, that's fine. Because America yourself, the Western country, then big into choice. Let somebody make your own choice. As long as we don't reach at the age of 18, now you're right for making your own choice. You need to force them. Then big pan that now, even we picking them, then the first reason that they're right. Therefore, make their own choice. So we self able for make your own choice. If somebody there, by the age of 19, 20, and say in believe in Bundu society, you want to do it. If you're able for do them, if they're not allowed for you and do them, then instead they don't deprive your own right. Because if they are the age where for able for do that. So not for Allah forget white people and know that we brothers and sisters and we don't take money in their organization their hand for considering they tell we for let we swell our own culture for white people. And let me tell you something. Even male circumcision, if that male circumcision are African, no them they do you before see which man they come back say na torture. Or for take them out. Now because we themselves they do am. If not now man now Africa no more them they do that today. You be for see with man and can say na torture, and you be for see with brothers and sisters they will be for come back and dance behind us. Now true, now torture. Because this the way they happen now because now Africa no more they happen. If wait people them they do them, you go see them follow suit. But because then they do them, anything when they need to do, what we do them na torture, not good. Because we never feed yourself, we never do for ourselves. We own culture, then everything. Once wait man not like and they say na torture, they will go with your brother and sister, then where they run behind, they say not true, not torture, because then they get paid from that, from the organization. And they who got for left that. Lord, we stick on we on what thing are we on what we believe in. I'm not saying Lord we know we can change them around. But Lord not just sit on the wipe. Anything we wait man say a good, a bad for we wipe them. Why not they always know what thing bad for we, but we don't know what thing bad for them. All time with man, they tell you what thing bad for we. What about that? Well, how would they see what thing they happen now? How many black men within they kill like they but we no one they suicide and say you the human right violation. They say police brutality. We get for land for stick. This death penalty where they take now a bad idea because we get very wicked people. Even though it don't take a long time, they don't kill people. They don't put anybody in a death row or death by injection. So what? Then they. Also, the KKY thing, KKY not for worry about that because quite honestly, KKY is the fool himself. Me a KKY man. I like him, I support him. I not be this alone, I not go vote. But if you then go by the diaspora, I not feel say KKY get more supporter than I pass APC and SLPPO. Now the diaspora. I don't know. Maybe one of people already take tally or they take numbers on anything and they maybe the cable tell, but I don't feel so. So nothing will laudable. Even another country, advanced country in do, but the thing is I don't get that money there. How they go put all that thing in place? Because Sierra Leonean then they probably all over the world. I don't feel say part then at the world again where you don't go find Sierra Leonean then. Then go get it all or they only the target United States, UK, Australia, who side them Bokuno, United States, UK, Australia. Canada, Sierra Leone, and Holland, maybe France. So I don't know how that go work because now they go for sponsor that, not to foresee the country then wouldn't they now they go for sponsor, not to America go can sponsor we on election. Now Sierra Leone government go for put that together and find way how we go vote. And we all know how Sierra Leone they with money business. Then go tell say they not got money for that. This license business, you hit the nail on the head. There NMA people here, then get for sure. If they say them people here not get license, because in order at the books, well now they for take action. If not serious people them. Now they for take serious action. Say, well, what's how una pull the license? What una say una get? Because in order now we book so, what's how una pull up? Una can't tell me would I give una them people then license here. Who's chief will give una? Or which minister will sign them paper here on behalf of the government? Now they for push or they for squeeze that particular issue there. But it's not going to happen. Because now lie enemy they lie. They know would I give the license. They know exactly would I give the license. So let them not bring that rubbish there to me. APC. APC. APC get problem. Now the same problem as LPPV yet. APC get problem. Them two parties are not good for Sierra Leone. They're not good for we nation. But without go carry and go. Because we people and all long indulge them brain into tribal section and to regional section. And obviously any party, maybe or we picking in your lifetime, but me on lifetime I doubt them. Say any party go move them to here. Because of the way we side they don't drive with people and we side they don't stop them brain. Them brain don't do they, you can pull them. Timini Mango pull left, even though to me I go tell you say, quite honestly, me I not see anything where APC don't do for Timini. But Timini Mango pull left or a pull gun, he ready for fetch for APC. Same as Mende, because right now I not see anything to go on a Bo Kenema and Moyamba, but they still go pull gun or pull left and cutlass, ready for fetch you for SLPP. So for say then two people here, they're infighting, then go do it because SLPP do the same thing all the way close to election. what happened, matter bill. So then go country, let them defect the not the same rubbish people, and let them continue their rubbish. Now God no more get for save we. Now God no more get for save we from the human being. So let them defect the vet. Then all begin locked up and themselves. And thing at the same apply content, and then write that rubbish constitution with the fed pan. So now they don't begin locked up and they're not locked up on it. Let wait. Soon they go begin to read one more tap on them. Because now the same ones they write that rubbish constitution, they would not be get the country to have. All the thing them they think about na party, because nothing no they will favor the people. All na party. They go call one old president, supreme leader. Well, now the supreme leader, now the supreme whistle. Now that no more, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Until we get to one more call. If I return the call. Phone line don't close. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel. I call from Oregon.
You get 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. I just want to actually join me, brother, on this one when it comes to the death penalty, Omar. It is on point because even I can always like really very slow for entering into the argument about abolishing the death penalty because bad people in there, people they're heinous, they're really bad, and the system we get in place, cannot be relied on in the sense that what thing will happen if the jail is broken? All of a sudden, the man waiting enter your place, take your woman or your pikin in front of you, slaughter them, and then that person is let out. What thing will happen? Would that go defend the traumatized person in this situation? So I'm always skeptical in the idea that abolishing that whole thing, even if it's not carried on, if they put some mitigation in place, where people in the field say, hey, if you take somebody's life, then go take you, because now the system, now me they worry about how it will hold the person accountable in the process of jailing him for life or for 30 years. When something change, then they come let that person out. And some evil people and say, even when don't they inside and that it not change, it they still come with a grudge. That man they even make them jail me. Even though I don't go kill that man in your family. Now he's on the loose, trying to find way again how to eliminate him. So I always skeptical on the idea because I always try to put myself in that shoe. If somebody walk in my room and then may God forbid, can't take my wife or my pikin, and then go give him life, and then all of a sudden, jailbreak. And that person is out, now looking for me. He said, because now maybe don't go give evidence for let them sentence her to life. I'm not there against the idea of abolishing. I'm worried about the system who will get in place. Now that not me worry. Because when that happen, no other person, no police people and no they wait and they say, okay, this person that be sentenced to life. Now when they broke the jail, he don't day out. Go look for him. No, because if that person they in favor of the government way don't they in place, maybe when he is one of their dog, in fact, they go send her on a mission and go there on the street. You see how the torture for that person where they don't lose family now emotionally, mentally. They torture him again by somebody letting loose in the water on the street. Even here where they get all kind of security and all kind of measures in place, and then they abolish that death penalty. And that brings me to the second point. Identity. The white people they're very, 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 very sure. Very, very sure. I don't make a video, they pray for release, but it come to the name. Why they even name we black? And why we don't accept that? When you not picking, when them born you pass you name. Let's say they argue you Satan. To say now your name. All man they call you that. When you begin get idea and you understand who that not Satan, you go wrong and quickly change that name. You say, not call me Satan. If you call me to God, I'll chop you. All the sudden, now all the one the way they call you Satan, then they stop because anytime where they mistake, the Air Force way they open, then they run. Why have we accepted the word black for we? Not that we name now white people and go there. The Bible way they give we anything where it black na bad, anything where it white na good. And say Christ go wash you sin away as white as snow. Then take white. Then call African people black. Not that we give ourselves that name, yet we accept it. Triple A are looking up the definition for black in a dictionary. Horrible. Now make white people see you as a black person in most cases during the night, then they run. Because the definition of black inside the dictionary, it said deliberately. It said black is deliberately dangerous. That's not the definition way inside the dictionary. That's not just one. And then the other one, it said black, they take, they ever give. This is why even in America, when then they say government want help, white people and they take and say black people they want take. This is our description for color way then give it. Now they give it out. That's it that we don't hold with it. Even, Triple A, if you then put the foundation of a 50-story building for a 2-story building, no matter how you dress that 50-story building, now a matter of time, because you get the foundation of 2-story building. When you make a 50-story, no matter which kind color or paint or glass you get, it's a matter of time, it will crumble. The foundation of the black people from Africa, from the beginning, the white man sitting on top there, swinging the rope for in circles with the fall around continuously. Yesterday, would they follow the rope, then they swing them right around. Where you want to find out, they turn out the other way. Yesterday, would they continue for follower? We know they try to make we own decision. The reason why this they happen is because, like what they say, no president, no deal. Now that country where they come with law for Sierra Leone, he say law puts things in place. Because if he say everything way they do right now in that country there is so horrible. So if I find a way how to start to map good with the international community. Now then they put pressure on you for change laws where it go fix them. You way there in your country, they look into a lot of things. Then they go with this nonsense to that Saudi Arabia. Why? They are self-sufficient. Now the capital of execution, then they go there. They never go any of the Muslim country where the execution is so barbaric. Then they chop people a head off. Then they go there with the suppression because they are self-sufficient. We, on the other hand, we know they find a way begin to find your identity and begin to move. Look at the laws the way they work a little bit in South Africa. Are you telling me now because white people hold into the constitution for so long, now make all the sudden they're able for sack a president, they're able for a convictor? Come on, Africa. Oh dear. Why will not they take your responsibility and do something and walk the way how we want to walk? Yet up to this time, we are still dictated to the name way they do it. I still with the answer to. They ever try for turn around and say, no, that fululu name me, no, they take up. Loud, give me your name and tread on her. All right. The third one, the education part, the NPS results will come out. The results, okay, all right. But AAA, when you look at the top names the way then they read, I'm not thinking I hear any government school or any school with government involving. All the top names are private school. So, Mr. Minister, in as much as they talk about improvement and other things, for local, the government side, who side they responsible for taking care of teachers and the administration and everything where they run there. Because the results so far where you read all the top, now all the private schools now Freetown and maybe I don't know if offline school day, but all that private school top names now you call. So before you begin for boast about things that happen, for look into your own system and what you need for take care of, if it's not to the teacher side una need for begin for put emphasis so that we all go be happy people because the poor people will continue for left behind because they not get money for afford that private schools where the people and they do very well. Again, the foundation is very, very important. All the names that they will call from that private school can get for do well in life because the stack they continue for stack against the poor. You know, the one day way they have for go to that private school, you see how then they continue for go up, then go to the best high school. After that, then go look for the best university. You see how the thing they stack against the poor. So do ya if you want for let everybody follow the for begin for go up, for look into the government schools. Thank you so much, Triple A. Let God help we all.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel, now we last caller for today. I want to say thanks to all the people them we call and be part of the program. I'll read waiting the minister say about the number of picking them. We take the exam. The one them we say don't add now. Trying to find that. So for now, I feel say it's about quantity than quality. Now so me just feel the education is about quantity. Because mostly we hear and say, oh, you know more picking and now they go. Now more picking and now they go. Now we get more picking and more girl picking and say for they go school before you know they happen. So now the quantity. But the government school, when exams then come, big exams then come, they are nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. But and it's right. At least the one that will not be get opportunity for go. Now then they go. I just hope say not to the quantity, the more people one for see go school, the more girl picking them, the more boy picking them, the more picking them will not be they go school now. But the quality. Government school say for begin act chest. See, the minister picking himself. Who school if he say that they go? Mix them do. What you never go do na government school? Or government assisted school? No, everybody want. If you can afford it, you want to put your picking at the best school. Unfortunately, when you talk about the best school, not the government school, not the municipal school there. Not possible. We just hope say the best go happen for picking in a school. Okay. I see George Kamara and Michael Coker. They don't begin campaign already against Okro for next week. What's the Okro do now? For me, kuna begin campaign against Okro. We all know say if you win 5-10, you go face crin. Because I see then they cajole people there. So do you next week? Come on. Or can't vote for Petite Leaf. Même Zobisa find say somebody go talk say so man says for then they cook them Petite Leaf they put a cordio. On a left. I make let Oko get in moments, bro. Okay. Let's not forget Daniel Oldfield. There are other Sabi in the motel go nakri. Because when they call her, I know the answer. For not get them back today, we'll get them back next week. But we go need for left here. Make sure you go YouTube and go subscribe. See me barbecue skills them. Yeah? Yes, Daniel, if you catch her. No, I don't catch her. I don't catch Daniel. But other people and we don't catch him before we. So they don't beg pardon. We go left her now. But we'll go there back on Monday with the One Pot Show. But tomorrow we will get the discoveries, weekly updates, yeah? Make sure you go subscribe. Anybody who puts down me barbecue video to my anybody, I need to talk safe. I Patrick Dominion in comment with whose friend because now the two we don't challenge now. I ever put onto video safe onto. Yeah, on a wait. Oh, this white man and black man. I'll tell us about it. Austin na be the last time with the white man them sit down at Salon Parliament for put laws then. The laws then what they don't do for independence. As Sierra Leone people do not true. But you know that they be ending Salon people then. Brother. Sabi then. Which side will they go now? Silence in court because the eyes want to have it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Depend on the weather where you get to you. Yeah, don't forget for always get Salona hat, yeah? Rest well. The body, you need some TLC. No cook no more, no gear more. Till we meet again on Monday. Triple say, tata.